Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a packet tracer of CCNA 3 version 7, 10.6.10, packet tracer backup configuration files. There are three objectives. Part 1, establish connectivity to TFTP server. Part 2, transfer the configuration file from TFTP server. Part 3, backup configuration and iOS to TFTP server. In this activity, you will restore a configuration from a backup and then perform a new backup. Due to an equipment failure, a new router has been put in place. Fortunately, backup configuration files have been saved to a trivial file transfer protocol, TFTP server. You are required to restore the files from the TFTP server to get the router back online as quickly as possible. Part 1, establish connectivity to the TFTP server. In topology, here is TFTP server, switch 1, router RTA, switch 2, PCA. Because this is a new router, this router RTA is a new router, the initial configuration will be performed using a console connection to the router. Console connection, this blue line is a console line or console cable, connects PCA and router RTA. Click PCA, then desktop terminal to access RTA. PCA terminal. So here is OK. We enter, so we get on router. So now we can work on this new router from PCA through this console cable. Okay, so B, configure and activate the gigabit Ethernet 00 interface. The IP address should match the default gateway for the TFTP server. So the router has two interfaces. Okay, let me do here, preferences. Oh, it should port label. Okay, here. So router RTA has two interfaces, G00 and G01. We're going to work on the G00. We need to activate this interface and configure IP address on it. IP address. Actually, G00, this interface is a default gateway of this network where the TFTP server is on. So we can find the IP address of G00 from TFTP server default gateway. Okay, let's find the server information. Here, the server is here, IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. Yeah, default gateway. This is the IP address of G00. Let's go to do the configuration. Terminal, OK. All right, so here, we need to enable configure terminal. We go straight to the interface G00, interface G00, right? We need to turn it, activate it because it's new, no any configuration on it. So the connection is down. Is the little triangle. Little triangles are the interface lights are red. That means it's down. So no shutdown to activate it. No shutdown. All right. So yeah, here the interface light turn green. That means it's activated. So here, change state to up. Line protocol interface up. All right. So next we need to configure IP address. IP address is the default gateway. 172.16.1.1. Subnet mask is the same 255.255.255.0. All right. So we finished B. C, test the connectivity to TFTP server. TFTP server, troubleshoot if necessary. Okay, we need to test the connectivity. So that means we need to ping TFTP from this new router. So we need to ping TFTP is 172.16.1.2. Okay, is this one IP address of server. All right, should be successful. Yes, successful. Yeah, we can try again, 100%. All right, success rate 100%. So now the connectivity is established. Part 2, transfer the configuration file from the TFTP server. Here the configuration file is the backup configuration file of the old broken or failed router, which doesn't work anymore. Now we are working on the new router. So that backup configuration file is saved to the TFTP server. Now we need to transfer that backup configuration file from TFTP server to this new router. That's what we are going to do. All right. So we need to do is, so from privileged executive mode, okay, issue the following command, router. So copy files from TFTP to running configuration. Okay, so address of remote host. Now we are currently on the router. So the remote host is the server, TFTP server. We put the TFTP server's IP address here, 172.16.1.2. Okay, source file name is rta-config, rta-config, no I, just C1FG, no I. All right, so destination file name, running configuration, yes, enter. Okay, so his access server on this file, RTA config loading this file from server. Okay. And we find out the host name changed. Before transferring, the host name is router. After transferring, the host name changed to RTA. Issue the command to display the current configuration. Current configuration is show running configuration. Okay, and what changes were made? Changes. The host name changed to RTA. Okay, enable secrets. These the secrets for the privileged executive mode. And this interface 00, yeah, the IP address is here. Interface G01 IP address is here, but it's still shut down. It's still down. So here G01 still is shut down. So we need to activate it in the next step. All right, so here's a line console, line VTY passwords. This changed. All right, so next, issue the appropriate show command to display the interface status. Interface status is show IP interface brief. Okay, here's the status. The question is, are all interfaces active? No, only the G00 is active. The interface is here, status up, protocol up, but the interface G01 interface is here, but the status is administratively down. Here, protocol down. And from here, we can see too, G00, here's the shutdown. So we need to activate it. That is one of the issues we need to correct. Next, correct any issue related to interface problem and test connectivity between PCA and TFTP server. Okay, we need to test the connectivity between PCA and the TFTP server. So here there's issues related to interface. We need to activate interface G01. Let's go to do this, and we need to activate it. So configure terminal interface G01, no shutdown, no shutdown. Okay, so here, yeah, the little triangle turn green. The interface light turn green, so that means it's activated. Let's go to test the connectivity. So we need to ping from PCA. Now we're on the router, the terminal. We need to go to command prompt. So ping server. Server is 172.16.1.2. Yeah, it's successful. So the connectivity is successful. We finished part 2. Okay, next, part 3, backup configuration and iOS to TFTP server. Change the host name of RTA to RTA1. Okay, we need to go back to the terminal because we're still working on the router. Change the name. So host name RTA-1. All right, the host name changed. So now we need to save the configuration to NVRAM. NVRAM, NV is non-volatile. RAM is the random access memory, NVRAM. So save is copy running configuration to start up configuration. The destination file name is the start up configuration. Yes, enter. So here is building configuration. Okay. All right. So next is copy. Copy is safe. Copy the configuration to the TFTP server using copy command. All right. So is copy running configuration to TFTP server column. All right. So the address of remote host name. Well, currently on the router RTA, the remote host is a server. So we put a server's IP address here, 172.16.1.2. All right, so destination file is RTA-1-config, the no I here. Yes, enter. All right. So here, next is issue the command to display the files in Flash. Files in Flash. Files in Flash is dir. So here's a directory of a Flash 0 column /. So these are the files in the Flash. All right, so next is backup the iOS in Flash to the TFTP server using the following command. iOS. What is iOS file? What is iOS file in Flash? In this, which one is iOS? This one, C1900 m4.bin. This bin file is an iOS file, operating system. All right, we need to back up this iOS file to TFTP server. So let's go. So it's copy file from Flash to TFTP column. All right, So here, source file names. Source file name is the file that we need to back up. So it's this one, this file. So source file name is this one. I copy paste it to here. Okay, the bin file, the iOS file. The address of the remote host is server 172.16.1.2. All right, so destination file name is this one. Yes, this is the same as the source file name. All right, so enter, yes. Okay, it's backing up the iOS file to the TFTP server. Right, so next, what a special character repeatedly displays, indicating that the iOS file is being copied to the TFTP server successfully. What a character is this one, the exclamation points repeatedly displays that, yeah, indicating that the iOS file is being copied to the TFTP server successfully here. This repeatedly exclamation points. All right, so now we saved the iOS file to the TFTP server, and also we saved the configuration to the TFTP server too. So now we need to go to TFTP server to check to see if these files are in there. Okay, so let's go to server and service TFTP. All right, so there are a lot of files here. The first one is the configuration. RTA-1-config is this one. RT1-1-config. This is the configuration we saved to here. And another one is iOS. iOS is a bin file. C1900. I think it's this one. There are two C1900. This one, m4.bin, m4.bin. Yeah, this one. So both are here. The configuration file and the iOS file, both are here. Okay, the question here, the last one, has the iOS file been copied to the TFTP server? Yes, it is here. Okay, so we finished our packet tracer. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please thumbs up and subscribe my channel and share with your friends. See you next time.